Alright, game two between NYU and UBC. Very contested series.
5 seconds remain.
NYU getting rid of Lycan again. They don't want to play against Lycan. And looks like UBC don't like Tiny either. It's kind of interesting actually, because every time I've screwed the UBC, they really favor this Tiny pick. NYU and the Gyro, Visage banned from UBC, so there might be a strong Visage player on NYU, or they just really don't want to play against it. I think NYU really don't want to play against Gyro either, because that hero is incredibly strong right now, picked up in a lot of pro tournaments. Sand King man as well, very common hero. Nobody really wants to play against that strong offer. Naga banned from UBC, and NYU is going to open with Disruptor. Here that you commonly see with Naga. Husk opening from UBC. And still thinking about the next pick. Husk a really strong hero right now.
Hopefully everyone in chat very much enjoys my fiddling with my overlays right now, because they're freaking hilarious. So apologies for the no in-game sounds. I'm trying to get overlays set up correctly because I just got these like a minute ago. So bear with me. Don't.
Omni Knight pick up from UBC as well. Tidehunter on NYU. They want to run this tide again. Worked out last game. Ravages were huge. Omni Knight's a really strong hero as well. It's going to be really good with the repel because Disruptor can't really do anything to you. Pretty good in lane person. Tussle's going to be roaming around a lot as well. Might be able to get good kills on the Tidehunter. Not going to be really able to escape shards if he's caught in a corner somewhere. Razor banned from UBC. Obviously an extremely strong pick versus Omni. Another strong pick versus Omni Knight is actually Morphling. And I don't think I've seen that too much in like the CSL games I've watched. So really quite interesting to see it pick up. New morph change might be really good for NYU as well, because you can just steal that Omni Knight, just use his spells against him. Like, what are you gonna do? I have repel for free.
Oh, I've almost got it.
OD banned from NYU, strong hero as well. Skyrath banned from UBC.
Oh, I got it. All right. Thank you for doing what you're doing, because
We're in, man.
I'm not doing anything.
You can be the fogged to my OD pixel. Is that like a romantic pickup line?
Dude, I would take it. Oh gosh, so good. All right. Gonna get rid of those real quick. Boom. All right, we in it now.
We're in, man. Huskar banned from NYU. They don't want to see Huskar strat. Rubik picked up from UBC. Really good spells to steal this game. Disruptor has plenty of good spells to steal, and Tidehunter Ravage would be huge for a turnaround. Rubik and Tusk can really do a lot in the kill lane, especially if UBC decided to pick up a hero that has good early game kill potential in their safe lane. Kill the Tide a lot.
Oh man, I'm just thinking about how bad everything I was just doing is, but it's fine.
Put it out of your head.
They're gonna get a kick out of that one, but that's fine.
Focus next.
All right.
I think NYU needs a strong 4 hero right now, because Disruptor, yeah, he's a good hero, but needs to set up with. And they're gonna go for the Dark Willow on NYU. Now taking UBC's. Yeah, they're actually trading heroes. Rubik and Dark Willow were traded. Both position 4s. Or maybe not necessarily this game. Actually, this game will probably be a 4. I don't know about Rubik. I feel like Rubik, you want to get like a fast like blink, or like try to even get him an axe this game because you have a lot that you want to steal. UBC gonna show a mid or safe lane here. Definitely want something to deal with Tidehunter, all these stuff. Imagine a Lifestealer or Jug will probably be their pick because you just rage purge off literally everything. It's pretty good versus the Tidehunter in lane as well. Just eat him up.
Yep.
Even though he has Kraken Shell, he might be tanky, but you still. Hopefully, I believe it was. I think it was JRX who was playing Tidehunter last game. He built Stout Shield on Tidehunter, which is not stacked with Kraken Shell, so hopefully he doesn't do that this game.
Definitely forgot to set the in-game score. My bad. Just
Yeah.
realized that. Oh well. It's alright, it'll be on the screen.
I see you like rotating.
Dude, you see that? Do you see how
Yeah.
long it took me to do this? Like, oh
I was watching.
man. Oh man, it is painful to watch, really.
Hey man, you got it eventually. That's
yeah,
what
I mean,
matters.
they're there. I don't have. I should really have those things grouped. Oh, can I do that? Can I make a group?
You can have it set as like a separate slide and then put it. Terrorblade picked up by UBC. It's incredibly strong hero right now. Not that many heroes that are very good against it. The safe laners. Gyro is a pretty good hero that many people pick versus the Terrorblade.
10 seconds remaining.
And NYU deciding what they want to deal with the Terrorblade with. Are they going to match up? Void might be a good option with the Disruptor setup, but again, the Ravage won't really be something they can work with. Sven might be an option. High armor hero as well. Just burst off the Terrorblade with your ultimate. Again, Morphling, a potential hero.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
really
true.
like to see.
I'm excited.
Playing more
This is gonna be a fun game.
is gonna
UBC picks very aggressive lineups, and it looks like they're doing that again. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, they're definitely like with the Tusk pick. They want to be aggressive on mid, on their safe lane. Get Terrorblade a really good start, and then he's just going to be running at towers. And then what do NYU do? Chaos Knight. So Chaos Knight, not really a fan of him versus Omni Knight in lane because you could just really repel and then heal off any damage they really do to you. But versus the Terrorblade, you can just honestly burst him with Reality
10
Rift, and
seconds
you're
remaining.
fantastic. Because Terrorblade, while he does have a high armor, Reality Rift will
5
purge
seconds
quite a bit of
remaining.
it, and then you just really burst him down with stun. There's definitely a lot of good team fight setup potential from NYU. But again, Phantasm, Ravage, both really long cooldowns. You're gonna have to play around those. I think they really made up for it with the Disruptor and Willow, because those are two faster tempo heroes you can run with. You still have good abilities to use.
Radiant team.
Yeah, I will
back.
say Chaos Knight's one of those heroes that actually does come online fairly early. Like he seems to be a hero that only needs like 2 items to just be very effective in the mid game. So
Right.
it'll be
You get
interesting to see how
Armlet.
he does. Yeah, like an armlet,
Echo
and then
Saber or
some
something.
people just go Echo Saber or
10
even straight
seconds
heart,
remaining.
like with
Right.
drums. Like he doesn't need a whole lot to completely
5
one shot a
seconds
support.
remaining. Pick.
Right.
Dire team pick.
Tinker? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
Tinker.
man, what a
Picked
call.
up for-
Saw the Storm band immediately. I'm like Tinker.
And UBC actually banned the Zeus, and I think maybe they wanted to go for a Tinker in this game to deal with the CK, which is pretty good for CK once you have the Agonist.
Yeah.
But Tinker actually as well really good versus
10
Terrorblade
seconds
because your
remaining.
illusions, right? You're just gonna bounce with Axe again. These are both two primarily
5
illusion-based
seconds
heroes.
remaining.
Yeah, this is a really good game for Tinker on either team. So UBC, like you said, probably wanted to pick him up. We'll see what they pick here instead. There's still a couple heroes in the pool. I would say you could pick up a Queen of Pain, would be pretty decent.
Yeah.
They might opt for the Medusa, honestly.
Death Prophet would be really strong. Medusa, actually, yeah. Medusa, really good versus Chaos.
And they'll go Invoker. Also really good. Yeah, Invoker's great here.
I've actually never seen a Big Bug play Invoker yet, so it could be exciting.
I have not
I imagine he's pretty good at Invoker.
Yeah, no kidding. I imagine he is. He's a good player, top 300 NA.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
It's a big game. Will UBC be able to turn around their game and take this to a game 3, or will NYU close it off and eliminate the former champions?
We just gotta wait for the game to start, you know?
Yeah. Thanks, Alf. NYU refusing to pick their heroes, obviously, because they want their cosmetics, no doubt. I know they were complaining about that in chat before.
Remaining.
You know, how could I play without my cosmetics?
5
Spend so much
seconds
money on
remaining.
them. Who knows?
Let's see what happens here if it starts. Monka S. First
Yeah,
hit.
for real. Oh yeah, you actually didn't do the in-game score with the
I know, that's what I was
markers.
saying. I didn't do the in-game marker score. I just like wanted to get the game started, and I was like frantically trying to fix overlays and stuff. So.
Right.
But
Hey,
I got
man,
the
you have it on
overlay.
the stream. Yeah, you have it on the overlay stream. You know, people just look at that.
You know what? I'm doing my best here. For being told I was streaming 30 minutes before it started, I'm gonna count this as a
man.
victory overall.
We appreciate you. Alright. UBC on fire this time.
Okay. Let's start with the Radiant. We'll start with Ice Frog on the Tinker mid, Yirand Icarus on Dark Willow, Y on his Chaos Knight, Reach on the Rubik. Oh wow, on not Rubik, that'd be Disruptor, and JRX again on Tidehunter for now 2 games in a row, right? Wasn't he Tidehunter last game?
Yeah, he played Thunder last.
So.
UBC, we have Shin Baba on the Terrorblade, on Rubik, up on Tusk, Big Bone Theory on Invoker, and Jelly Bean Bob on Omni Knight.
Hero responses
30
don't work.
seconds
Nice.
to battle.
Yeah, free game can't
Thinking
be
about Dota Plus not working in free-to-play games, and these things happen. Free game. Dota Plus paid for, so who knows? And it looks like UBC want to take this top room.
Had to throw in some good memes. Looks like they might be pressuring the top here. Yeah, so the good old 2-2 runes, pretty standard.
The battle begins.
I'm pretty sure.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
We'll see. I mean, if we look at the layout here, I mean, both teams have pretty much the exact setup on each side, so this will be really interesting. They are going to go offlane Tusk Omni, though. No, okay, he's just shard blocking, and then he's going to probably leave.
I think the most important lane that's going to happen in this game is this mid lane match. Because both of these heroes, like, they need a good start. And both teams know that, right? So they're going to put a lot of pressure, I imagine, once these heroes get like a few levels, trying to get a few kills on each other. I'll let either of them have a good start.
Not for you.
All things fall.
Just pulling the Omni. Whereas Tidehunter's gonna have a dual lane versus him, so he's gonna get a lot more out of the lane than he did last time.
Just a simple shard block, putting some good harassment into Tinker.
Deny.
Looks like they're gonna go
Jelly
ability
Bean
bottom.
He's actually gonna die. Bot.
That was
Wasn't
inevitable.
even paying attention.
Yeah, it just most likely a Chaos Bolt into the Bramble Maze. That's really all you need.
That's really all you need. They have a lot of stuns set up, and Omni Knight still being level 1 only has a point in purification, so he's not gonna have that repel to remove any stuns that UBC throw. He's actually gonna pick up that NYU throw. He's gonna pick up the level 2, so he will get repel as well. Big
NYU
wave
did
pushing in bottom.
They did smoke on the 2 supports here, looking for the mid lane. They don't really have a stun to set up, but they still might be able to get the kill with the Bramble Maze and the Thunderstrike damage. So we'll
I
see how
think
this goes.
Big Man Theory's gonna know. As soon as they get close to him, this
That
ward
ward.
is gonna spot them in the
Yeah.
river.
And that smoke's about to expire, so they're gonna see it happening.
Just what I needed.
He's gonna take the runes away from the Omni Knight.
Alright, this is a great ward here. Gives them a lot of...
Yeah, it's an incredibly good ward. Just scout out any rotations that happen with smokes.
Icarus. Just getting a little bit of harassment from the Omni Knight here.
Hunter's actually having a difficult time with CS, not actually having any for that matter.
Just
Did
realized
just
I
hit
did
his
not
first.
have last hits and denies up. My bad. Feels bad. 2 minutes in. Flame me. I didn't miss first blood this time, so they can't be too bad.
Nice, man. There you go, you're set.
Stout Shield tied again. Did he do it 2 games in a row? Oh my
He
god.
did do it 2 games in a row. He didn't learn from his mistake.
Feels bad, man.
Someone's gotta tell him, man. Yeah, both teams putting a lot of pressure on these offlaners. Gonna limit what they can get. We saw like last game, right? Jelly Bean Bob got a really good start. Was able to really push his team with his farm. Whereas this game, he's playing an Omni Knight, and he's kind of that more sacrificial kind of core where he's like, okay, I have to just keep my team alive. We're just gonna drop, Bramble Maze, and Stone's on in bottom, but it looks like mid lane, however, Tusk and Rubik are gonna rotate over with the Invoker and kill off the tank.
Feels bad. Missed that. So just shard block
Big
into
kill
a
for
lift. That's a pretty easy kill.
Yeah, it's a big kill on the tanker. Just limit anything you can get while giving the Invoker a good start. He's looking at the CS right now. Invoker just pulled ahead, but Tinker was actually kind of leading the charts against before these supports rotate. And I guess that's what you can do, right, with the laser. But Big Man Theory making advantage, making use of that Word Spirit to help him with extra last inning.
Do a
A
little
little
harass
more
here in
pressure.
mid.
Cold snap, what can you really do? But he's actually taking a lot of damage from the tower.
Yeah, it took a lot more than he needed there.
Yeah, definitely some unnecessary.
He just
There
got
more
the
versus-
raindrops delivered when that happened though, so helped absorb some decent damage from those rockets.
Metamorphosis popped top.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
almost
using
over.
it for the last inning. And a slow-paced game as opposed to last game. I know a lot. Like last game, they were really just running with the puck top, just killing heroes on the
Yeah.
jug. They had. I think UBC they're just trying to get their farm on Invoker and Terrorblade and see what they can do with that because that's just a nasty combo with Alacrity and then Metamorphosis. Actually gonna go on Omni. Mid lane,
use that
Tusk is
mango.
here with the Rubik. They're gonna pop this Ice Shards onto the Rubik, or onto the Tinker, and he's just gonna die to Cold Snap. Tries to kill off Cole, but Cole will make it away. And Willow,
The
he's
high
gonna miss
ground.
the attack. I
That was a
don't
kill too. That's
think-
unfortunate.
Oh yeah, he actually was gonna die, just barely. Unfortunate. I know that's happened to me quite a lot. It's unfortunate. Tinker coming back. Tinker has died twice in this lane now. So UBC really want to just shut down the Tinker, not let him get bots anytime soon. So once he has bots, he's just going to be a menace, constantly pushing lanes. Now they're bringing heroes bottom. Rubik and Tusk. Ward's going to scout out the Tusk rotation, and Willow's moving back towards bottom, but pinging it out. Disruptor yelling at his teammate to get back right now. Tusk is going to run into the Willow. He's gonna not block him with Ice Shards, but just heads to the other. Now Ty's put in this 1v1 matchup versus Terrorblade. Sure, Terrorblade has a level advantage. Headhunter just a lot stronger of a hero if you don't have meta. Really controls the lane. And again, Tusk and Rubik in this key position. They want to make another play on the Tinker. Just keep healing it. And Tinker playing extremely safe. He's actually going to run
Radiant
into
are
them.
scanning.
Gets him with the scan just to be sure too.
Yeah.
So
The Tower's going to catch him as well.
he's gonna go on Omni-Knight bottom. Quick repel should keep him alive. Tusk coming in just gets blitzed back.
He's gonna get killed. Rubik cancel his TP as well. So maybe, I mean, this Tinker, right? Like they know where he is with this war, and he's just getting nothing. He's level 5 compared to Evoker. It's about to be. He's level 6.5. He's getting so much out of this lane. Whereas
Rubik.
Tinker's just getting shit out of it.
Smart play by Ko there actually goes up and stops the stack from happening in the first place. So that's gonna be a dead
Ult
Tinker
touch will
again.
go,
Get lifted
Tinker.
for sure.
Tinker will go down again.
Radiant's middle tower is
Playing
under
spree
attack.
for Big Man Theory. Will TP'd in. Die if he's not
Right.
careful. Structure coming in as well. I don't think UBC wants to stick around any longer, and they don't need to. They got the Tinker, they got what they needed, and Invoker's just farming away happily. For your NYU right now, I think you just need to be funneling your resources into stacking camps for this Tinker, just making him get as much farm as possible. So right now he's not having a fun, right? They just need to put a few levels into him, get some levels in March, just stack camps for him, and let him get his pods, and then you can just run around. I'm actually gonna go side hunter top.
Damn it! I look at my phone for 1 second and I missed it. Alright, well that was me being dumb.
That should help.
We saw him pop the meta a little while ago.
Is under attack.
But it looks like they
Actually, he's gonna hit this tower.
Structures are fortified.
With the siege creep, the tide's coming back in. Now the push is stopped. Anchor smash all the creeps down. Try to make advantage of the siege catapult, but it was too much. I think they want to go on Tinker again. Tusk is on the high ground. Willow's nearby though. Old snap used. They're gonna just snowball in. Sunstrike, gotta connect as well.
Wow.
Perfectly placed from Big One Theory.
Those shards actually
Dead.
really smart because they blocked him and forced him kind of turn back around into that sunstrike.
Right, into the Sunstrike. Yeah, it was really smart. Great communication there from UBC. And I think that's something they probably addressed in post-game, right? Their communication last game was really lacking, especially with the Naga setups.
Yeah, there was a few pretty big blunders. Yeah, this game definitely leaning for UBC right now. They're playing really well, so we'll see how they continue to play.
CK is actually going for drums first item. Kind of interesting. You don't usually see this kind of build. You usually see armlet first item.
I just fell over. That's fine.
So, Uran just actually pinged out this ward here in the jungle. And he knows something's up because it looks like big pressure. There's actually gonna be a stun for the Omni Knight. Sunstrike is gonna, well, the Chaos Name is gonna, and now you see bringing him back. But again, how do you kill this
Dire's
Omni
top
Knight?
tower
He has
is
heal,
under
he has
attack.
repel. He just blocks off everything.
Yeah, Invoker opting to just kind of get that jungle experience now as well. This is some nice space for the Tinker though, based off that gank bottom. Like you had a double TP rotation. The Tidehunter gets
Right.
the space top, so I'd say overall this is kind of working out for NYU this last minute or here. So
I think Tinker definitely has like a stronger laning in a sense versus Invoker. So the fact that UBC are putting this pressure on him and letting him get anything in this lane is really big for them. This is an incredibly strong laner if you have like a free lane versus a hero. Just laser and farm, march and
yeah, and I mean if we compare Tidehunter this game to Tidehunter last game, he was still level 5 right now, I believe at this point. So
they're gonna make a play. Ravage used onto the Terror. They think it's this illusion for some reason. The Thunder's gonna be huge. Phantasm pop as well, and Reality Rift, but it doesn't look like they can kill him off. And now Omni Knight TP's in, he's gonna get glimpsed away, repels himself, fills up Terror. Phantasm and Ravage both
Radiant's
used
middle
as well as
tower is
CK
under
rotating
attack.
top. Big
Yeah.
commitments from NYU.
that was interesting. Y definitely just thought the illusion was the hero, walked right by him,
Yeah.
and gets
That's a bit
sundered.
confusing.
Dire's top
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
So unfortunate, that probably should have resulted in a Terrorblade death, but instead they'll just put some damage in the top tower, force some rotations.
No. UBC coming to the. Now Willow just shoving in bottom by herself. Siege creep doing big damage. And all
Dire's
this
bottom
is while
tower is
Invoker's
under
farm.
attack.
Yeah. Oh, same with Tinker as well. They were kind of trading it off a little bit. Tinker managed to catch up a little bit. We'll go ahead and switch to network, see where we're at. Terrorblade, wow. Terrorblade
Dire's
Invoker
bottom
very
tower
far
is
ahead.
under attack.
Yeah, Terrorblade really they're just putting so much into him. He was the top at CS last time I checked. Obviously on network now. Snowball onto the Disruptor. Hades might go down. No, Tusk is actually in really deep and they weren't able to kill the Titan G. Looks like Tusk could actually go down.
Dire's bottom tower
Tusk
is
should
under
die
attack.
first.
Run at the time. Tusk will die. Good kill for the Tinker. Just keep giving stuff to. And that was Metamorphosis used as well, but it doesn't look like they'll get any objectives out of it unless they decide to push this top tower.
Yeah, if Tide went down there, that would have been a very, very, very important kill.
Come
They could have
and be
potentially
judged fairly.
taken the tower, but not anymore.
Airplane just farming up stacks in the jungle. Getting big. Invoker queuing up Aghanims for just wants to fight while the Tinker's really far
Radiant's middle
behind.
tower is
Makes
under
sense.
attack.
They're being tied on her bottom versus the Omni Knight.
That's just a
Keep it.
dead lane. Nothing happens in that matchup.
Purification. Okay, I clear creep wave. Okay, now I anchor smash now. I clear creep wave. Very exciting gameplay. And the purification's doing a lot with this arcane route.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice the arcane rune. That's actually pretty significant.
There's some stacks in the jungle here that Tinker's
It might
farming
make
up
a
now.
play
Radiant's
on
Trying
the
to
Omni
get
middle
Knight here.
tower is under
Oh, but
attack.
he gushes a creep. Alright, feels bad.
Radiant
I mean, they still wanna
structures
make a
are
play.
fortified.
He's gonna get
Sunstrike
Sunstrike.
is actually gonna go on to the Titan. Titan is rat. And they just barely managed to kill off the. But mid lane, they're actually gonna catch out the Tinker farming in the jungle. A much bigger kill for UBC.
Definitely, definitely.
Trading
Radiant's
Omni
middle
Knight for
tower
Tinker
is under
happens
attack.
any. As Chaos Knight is top, trying to farming into Terrorblade. But like, what are you gonna do when a Terrorblade is 4 levels higher,
Radiant's
3 levels
middle
higher than
tower
you,
has fallen.
has more items than you, is incredibly more farm.
And it's 23 armor.
It's 23 armor when your Reality Rift are just 5 right now. I think if this Chaos Knight goes drums, like he needs to be fighting right now. Like he skilled a really early level in Phantasm, which I typically don't put till
Radiant's
11 or
middle
12, just so you can have
tower
the
is
double
under
level in
attack.
Phantasm. It's really nice structurally. Sunstrike gonna go into the Chaos Knight, they're gonna lift him up. Pole Snap as well. Are they gonna catch him? He's trying to pop Phantasm, he's gonna get it off. But I think Tusk is gonna catch him with the Ice Shards, he's gonna go down. And now this top tower is gonna die as well.
Yeah, UBC finding all the kills they need to find right now. Definitely slowing down the cores
Radiant's
on
top tower
NYU.
has fallen.
It's looking pretty rough for them. We'll see what they can do. They do have some big team fight ultimates, so they might be able to get a
Radiant's
couple
top
big kills.
tower is under attack.
But
Great.
UBC
And
knows they're strong
Alacrity,
right now.
Alacrity plus Metamorphosis, this damage is
Radiant
insane
structures
onto this
are
top tier
fortified.
team. It's already at half health. The Tinker using his margin minions to really just delay this push. I think UBC is really making good use of their strong early game. They're just taking these early kills, snowballing their heroes, no pun intended. But making sure the Terrorblade gets a lot of good farm. They're actually going to glimpse the Terrorblade into Disruptor ult, and he might be bursted down. I guess the Tinker will finish him.
So that's a great find. They definitely see the ward there, realize that they can get the kill.
Purification.
It's definitely a big kill.
I'm
Already both
doing
teams
it.
have this
You
before.
understand that, right?
Interesting. Nearly the same spot. It's actually funny that both awards are actually nearly the same time as well. So I'm kind of surprised neither team scouted out those
Yeah,
wards.
only seconds apart.
So Tusk and Rubik are both smoked in the jungle. They see the Dark Lily with this ward. They want to make a play on her. No, I think they want to find a bigger kill. Maybe the Chaos Knight is going to farm, but they're pinging ball.
Looks like
No, they're going to go on the Dark Lily.
Oh, she
He's
gets the fear
terrorized.
and might live.
Lift? Oh, now Chaos Knight's going to
Chaos
go on the
Knight will
Rubik,
get
and
the kill on
Rubik is going to die. Now UBC's in full retreat. Heroes are.
And they have a disruptor. Glimpse. Can they get it? They do on the
Look at the
invoker.
glimpse onto the invoker.
But do they have
It's gonna
reveal?
be-
They have a sentry. He goes
Yeah,
down.
essentially. He's within range, just barely.
There you go. Those
Big play
rockets.
for NYU.
A gift from
Rockets
the
gave
tempest
just
of
enough
Radiant's
vision to
bottom
pull him
tower
back.
is
That
under
was great.
attack.
UBC really getting punished for these small mistakes, getting caught out of position. Terrorblade just dying to glimpse, Invoker dying to glimpse, Disruptor really coming in big with these glimpses.
Yeah. And
And
now you have your boots
Tinker,
travel.
Tinker is the boots of travel. Now he's going to be a nuisance. And now this is when UBC start to get a little scared. And the disadvantage that they built up, they're now just giving it away with these big kills. And now that Tinker has this item, he's going to be playing around the map a lot more. His farm's going to increase a ton. So they're going to have to start making more plays.
So if you're UBC, what's your game plan right now? Do you continue to try to press the advantage, or do you decide to sit back, maybe farm it up, and spread the map?
I think you wait for a few big items on your course. It's like Terrorblade's about to finish his mana, Invoker's about to finish Ags, and then all of a sudden, you're incredibly strong. You're running it. Whereas this Chaos Knight, I mean, like, look at the cores of NYU compared to the cores of UBC. Right? Chaos Knight, he has drums, he's finishing up his finishing up his Echo State. With like the Tide Hunter, he just has he just has a hood. Yeah, like they might have strong, fighting capabilities with these heroes, but they just don't have the kind of items like UBC does.
Drums popped mid. Looks like they're going to try and get a pull on Rubik, but it doesn't happen.
And I think they have the Agnums finish on the Invoker. They're probably going to be like, I'm sure people in Theories right now is like, I want to run them. I have Agnums. They're incredibly strong. But NYU's actually smoked, and Big Man Theory's going to catch him. Disruptor might actually catch Glimpse.
Yeah,
No, he's going to actually
but he just dies
combo.
immediately.
He's going to get the Ghost walk off, but it's not going to be enough. Yes, it will. There's no detection onto NYU. NYU's used Ravage, they used Phantom. And
Yeah,
now
the only detection was on
they
Invoker,
need to
or was
get
on
the hell out of
Disruptor.
there. Airing detection, it's big, and it's pretty evident just by that. If they could have gotten that kill on Invoker, it would have been huge. They used so much for him.
Yeah.
And now UBC's pinging bottom. They want to fight. They know Phantasm's down. They know Ravage is down. They almost caught him with the Ice Shards. No, they're actually going to fight.
Wow,
But Disruptor ult is going to be... And now, Tuska's going to go down. But UBC's still here. They want to keep fighting. They're going to pop the GA. They're going to pop Repel. And Chaos Knight's going to go down, but Jelly Bean Bob's stuck in the trees. Will he make it out in time? No, it was a long TP.
He was trying to teleport to the tower, and his TP was
Yeah.
extended quite a bit.
Little greedy from Jelly Bean Bob. I think he should have just gone straight back to base. They were completely disengaging. I know he wanted to probably stick around and continue fighting with his team, but it looks like he just had the long TP because heroes were TPing in from UBC to their tower. And now NYU might try to make a play. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Invoker is going to go onto the Tinker. There's going to be big TPs from NYU.
Yeah, he's
No
got
one
a
has
haste rune, so he's just gonna leave.
Yeah. Surprisingly, a low kill score for how much fighting has been sort of happening between these teams. I think a lot of both of them are really kind of just using their abilities, not really getting any kills out of it, and realizing, oh, we just used all these abilities on this one hero. We didn't really get anything out of it. We need to just get out. And it's definitely the smart play at the end of the day.
Yeah, we have a 6k net worth lead already on the side of UBC, so this game definitely going a lot better for them than last time. Last game was
Right.
pretty much even almost the whole time until the end of the game.
I think the bigger thing to note, right,
Dyer's
is
top
this is
tower
kind of
is
similar
under
to last
attack.
game, right? UBC, they have the strong lead on their core, right? But they, at the side of NYU, like the rest of their team is like that farm is spread kind of evenly. And while it might seem like a 6k net worth, the supports are pretty farmed. Willow has a pretty high net worth. They're actually going to burst the Chaos Knight with an Evoker combo. Ravage is going to be popped. Chaos Knight barely making it out white, but he wants to go back in. And Fear is going to be used. UBC is trying to get the hell out of there, but the Glimpse is going to go onto the Tusk, and Tusk will go down to a Chaos Knight. But a Tornado coming in. Tinker just throwing out all the spells he wants. Stunner's going to come onto the Tinker as well. And Dark Bull's going to go down. Invoker gets off the Ghost Walk and is able to make it out alive.
I will say that fight went a lot better for NYU than I thought it was going to. It looked like they were going to go down pretty quickly, but
The
they will
Chaos Knight
lose the
just
tower.
barely
Radiant
survived.
structures
Yeah.
are fortified.
I thought the Invoker combo was going to
Dyer's
fish him
middle
one for
tower
sure.
is under attack.
Tinker right back in it, can defend this tower for sure.
And they want to. Chaos Knight's running forward. He doesn't have Phantasm up, and they don't have Ravage either, but they still want to disarm these guys. And Repel's going to be on too. And Invoker, he's just here, but the Telekinesis is going to come onto the Chaos Knight. He's going to die to Sunstrike. UBC, they want to keep fighting, but the heroes are pretty low on health now. Ice Wall is going to go onto the Tidehunter. He's taking so much damage, but he's so incredibly tanky. Snowball onto the Tidehunter with Invoker inside. But it looks like they're both taking a lot of damage. Shotgun Theory might go down as well. He's taking a lot of damage. Tornado's going to go onto the Tidehunter. Barely making out, but the glimpse is onto the Omni. It looks like we'll just take him instead. NYU really turning around these fights.
This most likely going to be a dead Rubik here. I don't know how he gets out. He has TP.
Oh,
he's just gonna hide. All right, that's how he's gonna get out.
They're like drawing on the map. Chaos Knights. Where's this Rubik? I need to find him.
Yeah.
They'll barely make it out.
Smart play there. Very, very interesting juke spot.
So CK is going for a Blink Dagger,
Radiant's top
and
tower is under
I think
attack.
this is a pretty good pickup. You just jump the Invoker, jump the Terrorblade, just burst him down really fast, and that's your best way of catch. Because aside from this Chaos Knight, what's your catch? You have Glimpse, you have Ravage. Other than that, like, you don't really have anything. You definitely want to make this Chaos Knight more mobile than he already is. You just run to heroes with him. Use Blink Dagger, just pop a hero. But I definitely think that he's going to need a BKB at some point after that. Because, as we saw in that fight bottom, right? That Invoker combo put him at like 100 HP. Then he just got lifted again, and then Sunstrike and he just died. So I think he's definitely going to need some of the magic in this game.
Are scanning.
So Blink Dagger up on Tidehunter now as well. So could have some pretty good like counter initiations from him if UBC decide to go in.
Dire's top
UBC
tower
really
is
want
under
this bot
attack.
tower, it would seem.
Yeah, they do.
Both
Well,
teams
I'll
having
bring the
wards
Terrorblade.
around it, seeing where they could be. So
Looks like they'll try to finish off with...
my
actually,
God,
I jumped
great
in with the Ravage and, and Invoker taking a lot of damage. Destructor drop as well with the Destructor. Omni Knight taking a lot of damage as well. Repel's gonna come off. Only the Invoker being popped. But Terrorblade, he's in. He pops Metamorphosis, jumps on onto the Tidehunter and the laser from Tinker.
Dire's top
Trying to keep
tower
away, but the
is
Manta will
falling.
purge it off. Finish off the Tidehunter. He's running down.
he gets Cursed Crown. He could die actually. No, he gets Repel instead. There you go.
Now, Chris Crown used onto the. He's actually gonna jump forward, but Chaos Knight TP's in, pops Phantasm. They're trying to run at the Terrorblade. They're gonna burst down. It's Phantasm. He's on an illusion. And now they're gonna get the glimpse off up to the Terrorblade.
That's gonna be a dead
So much
Terrorblade.
popped by the Phantasm from C.
Repel just off cooldown by the time that glimpse went off and could not save the Terrorblade. That was a really greedy turn by the Terrorblade there, deciding to
Sunnering the illusion was a really greedy. And I think UBC again, they're not giving respect to these abilities from NYU. These strong team fighting abilities. Phantasm was able to just burst heroes. They burst to the tusk really fast. I think that Blink Dagger really helped them just jump the tusk.
yeah.
And again, the glimpse. Again, glimpse coming in huge. They were able to get the Terrorblade again so many times. And I think he's definitely got to queue up a BKB. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to finish his Scotty first.
Yeah,
Definitely think the BKB would have helped him out a lot more, though.
if you think about how that fight started, I
Dire's
mean,
top
right out the
tower
gate, you
is
caught
under
Invoker and
attack.
Omni Knight in a double fear into Ravage, followed by the Disruptor ult, so there is no saving those heroes. I mean, your only kind of life support is the Omni Knight, so as soon as that happens, that fight's pretty much over for UBC. So them deciding to stick around is kind of questionable in my opinion, but they did get a couple kills, but I don't know.
And I think NYU really like cleverly just killed off the Invoker at the start, right? Because he was at least before he was doing so much damage. And now you just kill him off. Like, okay, the rest of our heroes can fight now.
Yeah.
And Invoker's really a good hero versus Chaos Knight in general, because you just get a deafening blast and Chaos Knight's can't click anything.
Tinker,
But again,
Tinker things off.
yeah. Tinker actually in that fight as well, just
Radiant's
doing a
bottom
ton of
tower
damage,
is
like
under
sitting in the
attack.
trees with March. There's just so many layers of March just hitting hero. They get
Radiant's
denied
bottom
the
tower
tower.
is being denied.
Alright, let's take a
Now,
look at
Tinker-
some items here. I haven't done an item look in a while. How far are we?
Tinker's actually getting pretty farmed. He has a Blink Dagger up. I
Dire's
don't really know.
middle
He
tower
hasn't
is
queued up
under
anything
attack.
yet next. I imagine it might be an Aghanim
Structures are
sector.
fortified.
Speaking of links,
Yeah,
Rubik
Rubik,
gets
yeah.
his right there at the same time. Disruptor TPing into a pretty dangerous spot, but they said
They actually
screw
wanna
it,
go
we're
into,
gonna go for
big left here.
Invoker. Maybe not
Radiant's top
after
tower is under attack.
They have dust on Disruptor, but he can't get close enough. They're gonna get the glimpse on the turret blade, and the Disruptor also gonna be dropped. He's gonna barely make it out of the static store.
Radiant's top tower
Ice wall
is
to
under
keep his
attack.
teammate alive.
That's really unfortunate. If they got that kill, I think they open up the map a little bit, potentially even
Dire's
Roche
middle tower
with
is under
Chaos Knight,
attack.
but looks like does not happen for them.
Chaos Knight's can TP bottom. They want to defend this tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, these creeps. And Invoker doing a lot of damage to this tower. Repel with the pipe completed on the Omni. Phantasm's gonna be pop. Invoker gonna be jump, but no, he gets off that fast ghost walk. Great reaction timing from Big One Theory.
Yeah, he was waiting with it already invoked. Just knew he needed it. Alright,
And now, if you're UBC, you know that Phantasm's used. You just want him killed quickly with that. They wanted to hide the fact that Phantasm was down potentially by sending the illusions elsewhere, but you just saw, just caught that. So now UBC might want to just press their advantage with this Phantasm being down. They do have Ravage up on NYU though.
Yeah, NYU has pulled this net worth lead down 3,000, so that's pretty significant from where they were. Looks like Chaos Knight getting gone on by this Terror Blade. Probably just gonna die. I don't know how.
Actually, a lot of damage. Just barely gonna make
50 gold.
Sunstrike?
Oh,
Oh, so close.
just off the mark.
Just barely. Could have been huge.
So that's
Chaos Knight
the scary
barely
of
came.
Terror Blade. Now that he has that Scotty, he can just chunk through any hero.
Right. Queue up the
Radiant's
BKB
middle
next, which I
tower is
definitely
under
think is the
attack.
choice. They're actually gonna get the Fear onto the Invoker, doing a lot of damage to it. They're gonna commit Ravage as well. Disruptor's here as well, and gets the stags from off. Tunks is gonna go down. Big ultimates used.
This is
Gets
2
pulled.
times in a row that they've done that same combo, and it looks like
Yeah.
they've definitely been
working out.
practicing it
On the
because they're
same two
executing
heroes.
so well.
It's on the same two heroes. Perfectly executed. They're just not letting the Invoker get off anything, and that's what they need to do. If they don't let him get off any spells, then all of a sudden his hero doesn't offer anything. Now NYU is just pushing it down mid. They want to get this tier 2,
Dire's middle tower
and
is
they know
under
they might be able
attack.
to press their advantage of the Invoker being down. But they don't really have that many tower hitters without the Chaos Knight, who is coming in right now. The ward's gonna catch him. Go really close to the Chaos Knight. Looks like UBC will give away.
Dire's middle
Jelly
tower
be a
is
bomb,
under
try to make
attack.
any split push attempts that he can. Guess I have the oh no, he will. Now UBC
Dire's
they
middle
want to make a
tower
play,
has
terribly
fallen.
running forward, but NYU will disengage.
Great discipline there, just knowing that they just need to get the tower, leave, not take any engagement, go
Right.
back to farming.
NYU really turning this game around.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
you saw like
if
the
we
net
look
worth
at
lead by
net
UBC
worth-
was pretty good before.
Oh, that is not what I want. Alright, let's find graphs. Okay, we gotta find graphs here. Advanced. Is there like spectator hotkeys or something?
In your personal settings.
I don't
I
know.
don't remember though.
Don't mind me, chat. This is fine. This is super high quality stream content.
Radiant's
Only the
top tower
highest
is under
here.
attack.
Big item on Tinker with the Aghanim is gonna do a lot of damage versus the Terror Blade with the bouncing laser beam.
Couldn't find it in like 15 seconds, so I gave up. But if we could see a net worth graph, I imagine it would look something like going down to Dire and then a quick back up to the Radiant, right to the middle. You know, so you can
Yeah.
imagine
The time.
something along the lines of right like that. You know. Hopefully
Seems
no
like
one else can
pretty
see
good.
that. That's your
looks
net
like
worth graph,
you-
guys.
Looks like solid cosine graph
Yeah.
you got going on there.
College educated casting here, as you can tell. Only the finest.
Absolutely, man.
Alright. So, back to the game. Tinker has his Ags Aether Lens. He's loving life right now. I mean,
He
it's
caught
just-
up into this game extremely nicely.
Yeah, it's
I
so
think the
good.
stacks are big. And also NYU like punishing UBC's mistakes again, just allowing Tinker to catch up, get him some farm, get him some kills.
Yeah, and we're kind of back where we were last game, where NYU kind of at a net worth disadvantage overall, but if you look at, like you were saying, their supports, this Willow is a lot more farmed than the Rubik or the Tusk.
Right.
At the expense of the Disruptor, but I mean, really, Disruptor doesn't need that many items to be still a good hero.
Right. I think once they get this Aghanims on him too, that's gonna be huge, right? Because the Charblade, oh, I'm gonna get BKB. What's Disruptor gonna do? Well, I'm gonna prevent you from using your items, buddy. And then all of a sudden, you're like, I can't use the BKB that I just spent 4,000 gold on. Which is queuing up next. But again, obviously the Axe isn't going to come for a while.
Yeah.
But actually, NYU, they're smoked up in their jungle really close to Ward. I don't think UBC saw this.
They are going to see him now, though.
Radiant are scanning.
Running. They know he's there. They're pinging him out. He's going to run towards the creep wave. He's going to snowball into creep. I think he just wants to bring... I think he just wants to bring NYU away from his team. He just wants to waste the smoke. Say, guys, all right, they use the smoke on me, whatever. You know, better kill me than a core.
Yeah, that was definitely a space made moment there. Knew he was gonna die, but what else can you really do?
They're actually going pretty aggressive onto the Terraplane. Terraplane's gonna pop Metamorphosis and bring down the Tinker with the help of the Sunstrike from Big Pun. And
Question mark
they
there.
want more. Stack's being used onto the Terrorblade. He's gonna try to bring him down, but the repel's gonna be there, and now Big Pun Theory is here. He's using his spells, he's gonna kill off the Disruptor, Willow's gonna go down too. And now, they might even catch the Chaos Knight. They see him in the trees, but the Blink's gonna help him get away. His tower's dead for sure.
Yeah, pretty questionable.
Go
Yeah, they can. I mean, they're gonna force buybacks for the Tinker for
Just
sure.
gonna buy back.
I think if you
Radiant's
lose your
top tower
Tinker
is under
that
attack.
early in the fight, you just back, right? You don't take that fight.
Yeah, you don't. You definitely don't. They want to go forward. They have the Ravage. They're going to bring forward. The Omni G is going to be popped. Big buybacks coming out. 3 buybacks from NYU. They're not going to get anyone. Invoker's going to make it out. You're NYU right now. You're pretty sad. You have to expense 3 big buybacks. You almost lost your tier 3. Now UBC. They got BKB finished on Terribly. Invoker has a Lincoln Sphere. And
That feels
used
bad.
Phantasm.
Yeah, Phantasm was just popped actually to try and get the Omni Knight on the glimpse, and it did not happen. He just repelled it
CK
right
picks
off.
up the double damage and he goes straight to Roche.
Picks up the
NYU,
BKB.
this is a good decision. You need to get this Roche if they want to come back into this game, because that fight was really big for UBC. And UBC doesn't seem to know about this.
Yeah, like I say, they're pretty oblivious right now. I think they don't really expect it. It's a really smart call from NYU. It looks like Terrorblade just circled Roche, so he might
Radiant's
know what's
bottom
happening.
tower is under attack.
I think they know, but it's going to be too late, I imagine. UBC just going to take this tier 2 bottom instead.
Radiant's bottom
And
tower is
Roche
falling.
will go down. And
Into the Radiant.
Terrorblade trying to make his cheeky play, but unfortunately couldn't. NYU definitely needed that Roche. Just it's kind of more of a denial Roche, because you don't want UBC to get this. If they get the Aegis on Invoker or Terrorblade, you kill him once, you use all your abilities. How are you gonna kill him twice? Can't do it. And BKB finished up on Chaos Knight as well. Definitely a big item to help against these Ogre spells.
So some pretty big noticeable item pickups on Dire right now. The Lincoln's done on Invoker. Omni Knight opted for the Shiva's Guard,
Dire
so
are
that's
scanning.
going to do some work in Terrorblade with his BKB done. So both teams ready to fight, but we'll see kind of who comes out ahead on this one. This Rubik
Oh,
might just
kind of
be
a lone bottom.
dead hero.
I think they're gonna take nope. It's gonna
Blink
move
out.
away. Smart blink into the trees. They might find him actually. He can't.
Monka S. Holy shit. That was close.
They want to use smoked up now. They want to use the Sages.
Radiant are scanning.
Smoke's actually gonna pop. Gonna be out of time. And Scan's gonna come out not to catch any heroes. Willow's really leveled, same level as the Chaos Knight actually. NYU really splitting the farm. think that's kind of the tempo they want to play. They want to split the farm on their hero. Sure, you know, UBC might have these individual cores that are actually big farm, but can they win 1v5? Especially against 5 heroes, so equal farm.
Especially against a Terrorblade. I mean, we talked about the fact that NYU managed to bring this net worth difference down to 3k, but we're already up to 11k again in the favor of UBC, so I don't see that changing anytime soon without like a pretty big fight going NYU's way, but with the new items, it's going to be a lot more difficult for NYU to stop these cores from farming.
Yeah, no doubt. Doesn't look like either team wants to commit to a push.
Yeah, it looks like UBC is just content with farming, knowing that this Chaos Knight has the Aegis. They don't want to take anything risky.
So Blink on the Terrorblade.
Did he really? Interesting.
He wants to jump the Tinker, I imagine.
Yeah.
There's definitely a kind of smart play, you know, bring out the Tinker. He's the one doing a lot of damage in these fights. Sure, there's like this magic combo from Willow, Disruptor, Tide, right? They're getting off. It's a really good combo, really like synergizing really well, keeping the stuns, the silence. But you have this Tinker in the back of these big 5v5 fights that's using all his spells, bursting down heroes. I think this is a good play from him. It's interesting. Like I'd like to see these kind of like weird builds that, like, you know, they work out in the end somehow.
Yeah, those niche builds that only work in certain games type of thing.
Right. So double damage bottom. Neither team has scouted it out.
Scythe of Ice picked up on the Tinker. That's actually a pretty huge item.
That's big.
In team
That's
fights.
really big. You can just keep one hero completely locked down, just kill him instantly. And not instantly, but like, you know, burn him down over time. And like just keep him away from his team. And NYU want to shove this tower top. UBC
Gonna probably take mid.
not really showing any interest in defending. Instead, they want to push mid.
Radiant's middle tower is
Omni
under
Knight with the
attack.
completed Shiva, his completed pipe. He's so incredibly tanky. This tower can't do anything to him.
And UBC's actually gonna put some pressure on the bot tier 3 as well. If NYU doesn't get back,
consider
they could
Dyer's
lose
top
it.
tower
using
is under
meta.
attack.
Gonna use the glint? No, they use the static. Oh, but the full combo's gonna go into the Tinker. He's gonna take a lot of damage. He gets the Hex off in time, but Terribly just jumps forward onto the Disruptor. You're gonna bring him down. Use the BKB as well. Ravage gonna be used. Terribly's still BKB though. And now Tinker's gonna come back in with the Terribly BKB down. Invoker's gonna be dropped. He's too far. Terribly gets her call off on him, but Chaos Knight's here as well. Bringing down the heroes. Tusken's gonna go down. Now UBC's in full retreat.
Yeah, that Invoker just got bedlumped. Like, that's literally all that happened.
Yeah. But now they're gonna turn into the Dark World. It's gonna be instantly pop and Tinker jumps forward with the Scythe of Ice. They're gonna burn down the Omni Knight with Phantasm. Reflection's gonna come out. BKB from the Chaos Knight. They're gonna kill off the Omni. Thunder comes out, but is it enough? Chaos Knight actually does not have Aegis anymore, but he will go down.
Wow. Great change.
Oh, but the Reflection Illusion is killing off the Chaos Knight, barely making it out. The Shrine coming in huge.
So that fight, pretty massive. Fight Recap doesn't
Very
catch
big.
all of it, but that's a lot of gold swinging the way of NYU. You can see already in the
Right.
gold tally, 7k advantage now only for UBC. We'll probably see that change a little bit more when those deaths are updated.
And just as I was about to say it, Big Bum Theory decides, okay, I'm not going for this. I think it was a Shios before, but now he's like, I need this BKB. I'm just dying to this magic damage. I think that's definitely the good. Like
Yeah.
if you saw it, like, yeah, you were talking like this Bedlam was just killing him, right? Like he was in such a deep position where he was like, okay, you know, I bursted everything on the Tinker. He's like out of the fight. But now, like, oh my god, they just jump on me with Ravage and Bedlam, and I'm just dead because I have no defensive tools. You have the Lincoln Sphere, but is that going to help you with all this, you know, AoE magical damage? I think this BKB is going to really help him out and prevent him from dying to what NYU has.
Yeah. One thing that was interesting too to point, the reason that Bedlam did so much damage is the BKB was still active actually on the Terrorblade, and even though they were stacked, he just took the full damage onto the Invoker. So he just had no one to split it with, and that ability does 1800 damage at this level or more even. A lot. It's a big number. It's one of the highest damage spells in the game.
Right.
So if you can't tank that damage with anyone, you're gonna die.
Healing
No
and harm.
I think, honestly, UBC's late game is still kind of favored.
Yeah, I
Unless
agree.
they get off these ravages without, NYU's or without UBC's cores getting off their BKB. I think UBC still has a better way of closing this game out because I think Terrorblade can really just deal with Chaos Knight.
Come.
The
and
other
be
thing too
judged
is if
fairly.
NYU makes any mistakes, they're in a lot worse situation than if UBC does.
Right.
Terrorblade, one of the best heroes in the game for taking a base. So if you lose 2 heroes, maybe 3 even, you could be down 2 sets of racks in less than 30 seconds. So
Right.
especially with the Alacrity Invoker, I mean there's not a lot that you can do to stop it. Oh, we got a host from the C Star League channel, so I'm assuming those games are done.
I imagine
man.
so.
Looks like we're gonna make a jump on the Invoker here. The Stolen Bedlam actually just destroys the Tinker, and that's gonna be a dead blow as well.
And Willow's gonna go down as well.
Go the way I planned.
And yeah, like you were saying, 2 big picks, and then all of a sudden you're looking at a later rack. And Tinker does have buyback.
Yeah, he will certainly have to
So-
buy back for this if they want to defend.
Willow's gonna pop
Unless,
Stir
honestly, you
buyback
can get a good
first.
sphere and just pull them off the racks, but, I mean, still, Terrorblade's just going to turn around and walk at your base, so...
Right. He's in. Terrorblade's in. Pops the BKB aggressively. Tinker's gonna buy back.
I think it's a little aggressive on the BKB charge there, but they
We
will
need to see
Radiant's
it.
top tower is falling.
Tinker putting in a lot of work now though. with this
Omni
phase.
Knight just needs to be paying attention and just...
Ravage uses what? Omni Knight's gonna go down, gets off the GA, but in the meanwhile, Invoker going out to the Tinker. Tinker's actually taking a lot of damage with the full snap. He's gonna die. That's a dive. Suffered by with the Ravage.
The Refresher Ravage, gonna go to the Tusk.
Yeah.
Doesn't manage to catch the Port US maybe. There's your...
DK though, even with this BKB taking so much damage from this Terrorblade, Ghost is gonna go into the Invoker, but for what? Chaos Knight's actually gonna jump forward on the Rubik. Rubik's gonna take a lot of damage, but he will survive. Now Chaos Knight's in a lot of trouble. He's gonna go down.
Radiant's top barracks
Nice
are under
back.
attack.
There's no way you defend this in the Rex, not this Tinker. Or this pure buyback. They're gonna pop the statics. Chaos Knight jumping forward on the Rubik might bring him down, he will, but Terrorblade just instantly turning on him. Pops the reflect. Chaos Knight taking so much damage with the cold snap being locked down, he's gonna go down. And now onto Reach. Reach will also fall, and now onto the time after UBC just completely removing the series from the game. They want to close this one out. And Tide will go down. That's double Ravage use. Won't have any tool. And now UBC, we're just going for tier 4s, then we'll end this game. And GG comes out from NYU.
Pretty much exactly what we said. if NYU plays one mistake, that's gonna be the game, and that's pretty
And
much
the Tinker
exactly
is
what I'm
really
hoping.
like the only thing they have